So thank you for clicking on this video. It's another Fallout 76 video. I want to spend a couple minutes just talking about my channel in general. My channel is eclectic. I do stuff that just interests me. I do some bike videos, I've done some music videos, I've done some homemade things like Halloween costume and crafty type of stuff too. So if you're into that kind of stuff, that's great. I don't monetize my channel, and I don't ask people to subscribe or like because you know what to do if that's what you're into. And I think I get sick of hearing people say like and subscribe all the time. I'm not making any money off this channel. I just do it because I enjoy it, and it's fun to make videos, and it's satisfying to see that sometimes other people find some interesting stuff in here too. So thank you for those who have subscribed. That's fantastic. It's good to know that people are that these videos are registering with some people. So I'll just keep making them until it's not fun anymore. So for this video here, I want to talk about how I messed around with the famously strange physics of Fallout 76 and really the Fallout universe. This really comes out of Fallout 4, where we started making our camps and our settlements and stuff, and we can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Some people don't like it. Some people think it's weird or it's not immersive, but you don't have to do it. You don't have to employ the weird physics of it all. But if you do, you can come up with some really interesting and creative builds. So this was my first attempt to do. It started off as an attempt to do an immersive build, but it became so much more. And as you'll see from what I've put down here, I liked the idea of incorporating a pre-existing pre-war home, which I did. And this location is pretty good just in general as a camp location. So I start off inside the house here. You'll see that it's fairly realistic-ish, and it's kind of based on my actual house, where you would have a living room in the front, a dining room behind that, and a kitchen on the other side. But as you can see, I started off just layering stuff randomly just to see how this stuff would work, see if it was as odd as it was in Fallout 4. And this is not an attempt to make some merges. I didn't know how to merge at this point when I was making this camp. These are just random things stacked on top of each other just for fun, because why not? And it was a functional camp because you had to have all the workbenches and everything else. So I still come back to this camp every once in a while. The kitchen is probably the most quote-unquote realistic of all of them, but even that's not super realistic. But I'll show you the upper floor here, which really just consists of a bedroom, a bathroom, and a little area for bobbleheads and magazines. This was before I knew how to do the double wall trick, so that's why you're seeing these outside panels even on the inside of the house. So like I said, this was a pretty early on build. I haven't gotten rid of this build just because it's kind of got a sentimental value for me. And this is the bathroom, of course, and if you needed any instructions about what to do, I've included them for you. You might have seen a number there on the side of the toilet. That's because this camp has a scavenger hunt built into it, which I'll talk more about in a couple minutes. But here's the bobblehead stand, magazine racks, and then the bedroom here, which is just a pretty normal setup here with posters, bed, huge ass clock, just because, and a setup for my friends if they ever join me in game. Got Josh's bed and Dave's sleeping bag, and of course the Wendigo on the window, and a plushie. All right, so all jokes aside, this is actually a pretty decent place to set up a camp. A couple of reasons for that are, like what you're going to see here, there's an ammo box that spawns ammo, a duffel bag which also spawns ammo, and some other things. This little spot here is good to set up a turret, just to keep a watch on everything. And you can access the building, as you'll see in a second. This radstag dough is here, so if you want to get the meat, you want to get the leather, it's easy to have. And this workbench here comes with the house. It's already here, so it saves you a little bit of your camp budget. I put that stash box there just for convenience. And inside here, see, I'm friendly with the raiders, so yeah, she says the same things over and over again. These pool balls are nice to have because they are a little source of plastic, so they're consistently available here in this camp. For some reason, while I was recording this, the raider decided to drop dead, which was bizarre. I don't know. It's a little sketchy. The Wanderer may have murdered her while I turned my back. But anyway, over here you spawn some ammo sometimes. There's something inside the cabinet, and then below you'll either have ammo or a bobby pin box. In this case, it was bobby pin box. This pool table exists already in the game, so I just made it sort of a bandstand for the Wanderer and some other instruments. And then as I was recording this, a mole rat attack started happening, so that was kind of fun. So there's going to be a lot of noise and activity in the background here as we segue into the crazy weird part of the camp. So not too crazy. We have a little power armor shack. So that's not too bad. And then this other little building here, which you're going to see in a second as I'm distracted by the fighting that's going on. This is a password protected room that you can unlock if you complete the scavenger hunt, which is listed right here. So I like to give away a bunch of free stuff. People find their way in and grab some stuff. Alright, so now here's where I decided to just get a little bit crazy with this build. So one of the things I learned in Fallout 4 was that you can sort of stitch things together, right? Like carpets and rugs and stuff like that, and blankets and whatever else. And so that's what I ended up doing here in a way that achieves a certain ridiculousness. So I took these picnic blanket things. Oh, there's my Collectron spouting all of the appropriate communist propaganda. Anyway, right here, you'll see that I just kind of, all you have to do is layer these things together in a weird way, and you can extend them out. And I've created this bizarre catwalk, which is just a lot of fun, you know. And at the end of it is, of course, a weight bench. It's part of the scavenger hunt, so if you ever show up here and you want to find the numbers, you can go up there and find it. So the other thing that was kind of wild about this is I just decided to build upward. I think I'm going to show something else here too that was kind of fun. Yeah, there we go. So why not put some paintings inside your tree trunk? I mean, that makes sense. So anyway, this mole rat over here, you're going to see gets stuck in the car. So it's kind of bizarre. Oh, and another thing that makes this location kind of cool is there is that random spawn point there for encounters. That was the one with the gold bullion, like the fake gold bullion. There's also the one with the little kid who's lost her cat, and there's also the one where it's like the suitcase and just the skeleton and the note. Anyway, in this case, you'll see later that this poor mole rat got stuck in the car. Anyway, I built a treehouse. This treehouse is pretty rudimentary. It could be enclosed and look cool, but like I said, this was just messing around. You'll see a gravel pit area there too, so you could actually use this location and harvest concrete scraps. I didn't know that when I placed the camp down, so it's actually not within my build area. I decided to put a piano up there because why not? I also wanted to, my original plan was to go really high up here and just keep going, but you'll see in a second that it doesn't really allow you to do that. So this is a good little section for sniping if you do get attacked. Usually it's pretty quiet around here. This is where I was unable to build from any higher than that because I guess you have to have your camp module up higher to actually build higher than that. But I did manage to do this crazy catwalk over here to this beautiful red and pinkish tree. Put the fortune teller up there. Again, one of the items on the scavenger hunt. And then what's funny here too is when you get a certain high up in the game, the graphics get kind of ridiculous. You can walk right through stuff, and a lot of them are just these flat sort of surfaces there. So for some reason, I'm thinking at this point, why didn't my turrets and the Wanderer take out this measly mole rat or two? And so you'll see why in a second. It's stuck in the car. So I try to put this poor thing out of its misery. For some reason, it won't let me hit it until I use VATS. And then there it goes. So I think it's fun to use the crazy physics of the game. I think it's get creative with it, have fun with it, be silly. For me, it's like I have my immersive builds and I have my silly build. This is the silly one. This one I have a lot of fun with, and a lot of people do come by this camp because it's located pretty near to Vault 76. It's near the Wayward, and it's near the Overseer and stuff. So early on in the game, especially, people are coming through this area. So it's fun to interact with people. It's fun to see people try out the scavenger hunt, and hopefully they get some enjoyment out of the ridiculous physics that have led to this build. So hope you enjoyed that. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.